I was thinking, Rob Ninkovich, former Patriot, knows these guys a little bit. What do you think about Brady in Vegas?
I don't like it. I don't like
Interesting.
it. I mean, let's just be honest here. Can we just look at the performance of the Tampa Bay Bucs and Tom Brady this year? Tom Brady doesn't need to play football at 46 years old. I'm being honest, RC. I want to see him ride off into the sunset. Go do something else, man. Listen. If you go to the Raiders, you're putting yourself in another position where everyone is looking at you to come in and take the Raiders to a place they haven't been in forever. So I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. And not only do I not see it happening, I don't see Tom having a miraculous recovery to his 46-year-old self that he didn't have it at 45 this year. And yeah, you could say the offensive line had issues, the receivers were hurt early, the defense wasn't great in Tampa, the new head coach wasn't able to get the most out of the players. But at the end of the day, when a receiver's wide open and the ball's not getting to him, it's got to be on the quarterback.
Yeah, look, fair enough. And it's certainly possible, even likely, that Brady retires after this season. But, RC, the question kind of assumes that he doesn't. And, I mean, Vegas, McDaniels, like, it seems tailor-made. Am I wrong?
Well, I just want the headline to read. Nico says Brady should retire. That's the first thing I want to see on the ESPN homepage. So I'm just putting it out there. Nico said it. None of us said it. And that's your friend, Tom. But, you know, I think we are, okay, if we assume that he's not going to retire. And if anybody watched the Rob Gronkowski cast or whatever that was, we heard Dana White say that he had this deal in place way before Tampa Bay's deal ever came about. So this is what we know about Dana White, the UFC, and everything that they've done with Tom Brady. This would be a terrible idea. This does not need to happen. Josh McDaniels doesn't need Tom Brady there. Tom Brady is not playing at a level now where he elevates players. And also, what is this going to do? Is Tom Brady going to play till he's 52? I mean, listen, he's defied the odds already. But to say that he's going to get better or to say that he's going to rebound from what we've seen this season would be very ambitious. And now you're going to a team that hasn't accomplished the things that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have with Tom Brady, that doesn't understand who Tom Brady is now or who he's going to be at 46. And now you're going to be dealing with players who probably won't have the same level of respect that Mike Evans has when he's 15 yards behind the defender and Tom Brady's short, or when he has the post corner against the San Francisco 49ers and Tom Brady hits him in his ankle. And then when Tom Brady gets on the sideline and he's slamming tablets and he's cussing folks out, asking folks to be better when he can no longer be better. I don't think this is a good idea. If you move on from Derek Carr, you move on to a younger, more long-term answer, not to Tom Brady.
Look, you're my last hope, Chris. What do you got? Is Tom Brady in Vegas a good idea?
No, that's a terrible idea. Good players can't overcome bad coaching, and that's what we're seeing Tom Brady deal with in Tampa with Ty Bowles, and that's what he would be dealing with in Vegas with Josh McDaniels. I think there are other landing spots for Tom Brady that make a lot more sense. The Tennessee Titans being one of them, the San Francisco 49ers being another one. Those places make sense, and it feels like Tom Brady would have the requisite pieces in place in order to have a clear path to getting to the playoffs and competing for a championship.
Those places make sense, and so does, like his Lanai, right? At some point, he'll have to go.
He ain't retiring next year, guys. He ain't retiring. He's playing football next year, guys.
I'm going to keep looking to find
after what he went through to play football this year, he's not retiring this offseason.
That thinks this is a good idea. You guys really let me down. Anyway.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.